Hi, hello, and welcome to our show, ReMaster Quest. Join us each week as we meet a new Zelda content creator and discuss a title of their choice in the series. First, we will ask all about their experiences of being a creator and a fan in the Zelda community. Next, we'll get into discussion of one of the guests' favorite titles in the series, and then buckle up as we plan to get into some hot takes with no breaks in our ReMaster Quest segment. Let me introduce our host, and then we can meet our guest. My name is Zaki, and I am totally not wearing a backpack full of masks made of human skin.
Hi, I'm Clinket, and I'm just here.
And our lovely third co host, Maeve, could not be here today, but she is sending her love. But we do have an amazing guest, friend of the stream. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm meant to introduce myself after you have masks of human skin.
Yeah, go on.
You tell me this
right
after
ahead.
I'm on camera. Okay, I'm Alex Norimaki. I do love me some Zelda, and we will be calling the police later.
Perfect. Well, just as the police will do, we will have some nice questions for you today. Um, but before we get into those, tell us a little bit about yourself as a creator. What do you do?
First and foremost, I'm a clown. If you don't know me, you will get that very quickly. I'm a clown. I can't take anything serious. I'm a very unserious person. But I love Zelda. Zelda's kind of my bread and butter. But I love adventure games of any kind. So a lot of my content is gaming and very adventure game focused. Things where I can, run across a big, beautiful world and maybe eat some things. That makes me happy. But yeah, no, I game, I commentate, I host, I occasionally cosplay. I live in Texas and I talk about food every time I go live, so don't watch me hungry. It's not smart.
Actually, that brings up an interesting point. Just last week, our guest, um, I believe, was it a guest or a host? Clinic? Someone was saying they hate food in Zelda games. They wish that
That was
they took.
Maeve.
Yeah, Maeve, our co-host, who isn't here to defend herself, said she wished they would take the food out of the Zelda games. How do you feel about that?
What why?
Maybe it's good Maeve's sick today. I'm just kidding. I love you,
Yeah,
Maeve.
is she sick because a freaking like a hearty radish hit her over the head? Like what's happening? How are you
Throwing her immediately under the bus.
I don't even understand. That's like the nicest part of that game is cooking, Like throw it in there and burn it. Great.
Yeah. We'll let her contend with that on her own time.
She will have to answer to me,
Oh,
actually.
but yeah, I guess we will just go ahead and get into our interview portion. My first question for you is, when did you start playing Zelda?
I think I was like 3. I was
Wow.
yeah, I'm old. But I didn't play actually like the first one that I ever played was, or I guess I played. Let me back up. So my big brother, he's 9 years older than me.
Mhm.
He obviously was the one who was babysitting me a lot of the time when both of my parents were busy. And the way he would babysit me is we would go get some fries once he had a car, and we'd sit in his room and we'd play video games. And by we'd play video games, I mean he'd play and I would watch, and I could commentate and ask questions and holy shit, you should go here and two-player action on a single-player game. And I remember us doing both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask when they came out. Or maybe Majora's Mask, I think, is the same age as me. So maybe not when they came out, but when they came out for me. Um, and I would sit there and I would watch. And so there's never been a point in my life where I can remember not knowing the progression, like the path to take through each dungeon and where to go. Like I've never not known how to get through the first 3 dungeons of Ocarina of Time. And I've never not known in my head as memory and almost as what's where I'm looking for? Habit to do the first dungeon of Majora's Mask. So I've been playing it for a really long time and I'm an old head, as they like to say. But
Wow, a Zelda
yeah.
Nepo baby.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah, first of my kind.
That's awesome. I mean, we've talked about Zelda's such a good first game even now. I think after the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people's first game was Zelda in the 2000s with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And then I'm not sure I heard about it as much, but with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I think it came to the forefront for a lot of people again. And so it started being a lot of people's very first game they've ever played again. And I think it just works so well to fit that niche because it has a little bit of something for everyone.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's such a quintessential video game.
And it's not, I think like a lot of games have like a higher barrier of entry because they're so specialized, which isn't a bad thing, right? Like I wouldn't ever, for the person who's like, what is my first video game I ever play? And they're like, you know, my age, 28 or something. And they ask like, what's my first game I should ever play? Well, I'm not going to be like, go play a Souls game. You know, I'm not going to be like, go play freaking, I wouldn't even say go play like Hades or something, you know, a Hollow Knight. It's a harder platformer. It's a harder roguelike. I would never. But what I would play, I would say like, go play a Zelda. Not any Zelda. Like, don't start with Zelda 2, maybe love yourself. But I would say no, that's foul. Like, don't do that. But I would say, like, you know, try Breath of the Wild or actually, I'd probably say try Breath of the Wild at this point. Because it's probably the easiest to get your hands on at this point in time. It's just easy to get into. It's not too terribly difficult. I don't know how people are going to receive me saying that. I don't think it's the hardest Zelda game that I've ever played. And it's definitely the hardest game I've ever played. So I don't know. I think Breath of the Wild is a pretty good one to start off with, but I would never be like, yeah, try Zelda 2 or try the first Zelda. I wouldn't say try any of the 2D ones. That's actually kind of disgusting. No. No.
Whoa, now that's a hot take right there. We're starting off strong.
I think Minish Cap's okay.
Minish Cap is a good one. I think that's a good one.
So it's the exception to the rule.
Yes. Yes. I really meant like the older 2D ones. Like, yeah, Minish Cap might be my only exception. I actually think, like now that I'm thinking about it, no, I think, yeah. Also, Zachy, I think you did freeze. You did. I thought it was.
I'm coming back. Don't worry.
Come back to me.
I'm coming back twice.
Return.
But now I'm a disembodied voice. Isn't that awesome? As I fix like that, my next question for you is, what kind of Zelda content do you most enjoy creating? Let's plays, lore videos, challenge runs, something else?
I'm a casual Zelda player. And I mean that genuinely. I'm too ADHD to sit and try and learn speedrunning strats or anything like that. The most I'll do as far as like a challenge run is I'll play Breath of the Wild in my draws. Not my draws. I mean like Link's draws. Shit. Link's draws in his underwear. So like no armor. Oh my God. I can play in his that doesn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? No armor. It doesn't.
No armor run. Right.
No armor run would be like the most I would do. But other than that, like I just enjoy playing them for what they am. I'm a very casual gamer in general. So like they're long enough that I don't feel like I have to do a bunch of challenge stuff for it to be fun for me to play or for people to watch. So like they're mostly just Let's Plays. Like right now I'm doing my 100% run of Breath of the Wild, and I haven't done one on stream since my first year streaming, so 5 years ago. And we're just enjoying, like I've played this game a bajillion times. It's not like the other games I've been playing this year where it's my first time playing and it's really entertaining because it's just me reacting to new things every 12 seconds. You know, like I know Breath of the Wild like the back of my hand, but I think we're enjoying it because it has time for us to sit there and, you know, we converse about everything under the sun, but then also in the middle of a conversation, I get whacked to death by a moblin. And I think people enjoy that for what it is because no two runs of Breath of the Wild are the same. You know, I can take a bajillion different paths and I can kind of say the same thing for different Zelda games, but that's the most open world one. So obviously that. So yeah, mostly Let's Plays. Oh, he's gone.
I'm here.
Oh,
I was like haunted.
No, my camera has decided that she doesn't want to work right now, but that's okay. Oh. Guess what? This is podcast format.
This is now very listenable.
For real, the most listenable.
I love that.
But yeah, no, I think casual Zelda content is just one of the best ways to experience it, because some of the most fun parts of the games are seeing things for the first time or
Oh
stumbling
yeah.
onto things you didn't see before. So when something is super scripted or super planned out, like while it's still interesting in its own way, it loses that magic of finding something new or
Mm-hmm.
learning a new way to beat a boss that you didn't even think of before.
That's a good point. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, right? With a Breath of the Wild or anything similar to Breath of the Wild, because as far as I'm concerned, I will beat it home that you can play Elden Ring like Breath of the Wild and get away with it, because that's kind of what I did. Um, there's no two ways to play it the exact same way. And I already had to show that off because people were like, well, now you have to walk barefoot across Hyrule to get to. And I'm like, no, I'm going to get a horse. And they're like, you don't have any stamina. And I was like, I'm going to go get the Ganon horse, actually. And I went and grabbed, I don't know, 10, 12 stamella shrooms. And also, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I don't catch fish by jumping in the river. I fish the way a Texan would fish. It's actually illegal in Texas to do this because people were doing it, but I throw a bomb in the river. And then all the fish just die and float to the surface, and then you can just pick them up.
Are they
So
cooked at that point?
No, they're just dead. So you can
Oh,
still cook them
okay.
however you want. Yeah, they're just stunned technically, but they're dead. And you grab them all. So I just grabbed a bunch of staminoka bass and a bunch of stamella mushrooms, and I cooked a bunch of stamina food. And then with my basic little stamina wheel, I went and got the Ganon horse on day one. And people were like, "So you can just do that?" And I'm like, "Yes, you're not gonna stop me at all." And then we named my horse Escalade the BBC in loving memory of Escalade the BBC, my dead horse from Red Dead Redemption. The C stands for Clydesdale.
Right. I expect nothing less from an Alex Norimaki playthrough
Mm-hmm.
and name of horse.
I love him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and he will be missed. BBC the Clydesdale. So another question I have for you, I feel like Zelda has so many fun, like minor characters, kind of a rich pool. What's like your number one favorite? Before we get into talking about Majora's Mask, maybe it is a character from Majora's Mask. What's your number one favorite minor Zelda character?
Does it matter how minor? Like
no, anyone, any character. It can be the most minor of characters.
Okay. I never remember this guy's name, but the guy in Wind Waker on Windfall Island, the one who's just like dancing with the welcome back, the one who's basically like a young Elton John dancing in front of a grave on the edge of the cliff, and he's got like little tassels, and he's just kind of going like that. I love him. I don't care about anything he has to say, but that man hits such amazing moves, and he has such a good vibe. Like anytime I play Wind Waker, like I have to go stand in front of him and be like, "This is my guy." Him right here. I love him. He makes me happy in a way I cannot describe. If we're talking just general, like random NPC, it's got to be him. I used to know his name, but I don't remember it. It's either him or Beetle, because that is the best form of capitalism I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's so good at his job, and he's so committed to his craft of selling odds and ends, and he's so sweet, except that one time that he kicks you out of his flying house. But that's on me. I should have bought something. I love him and his ginormous head. It's also very strong for somebody who does not look strong at all. He's kind of daddy, actually.
Right. Writing that down. Beetle
Yeah.
is daddy.
He
okay,
is.
yeah. I feel like Clinkit, I feel like we haven't answered this yet. Who's your favorite?
My favorite what?
Minor Zelda character.
Oh, Dompe.
Good choice.
That is a good one. That is a good answer.
Oh, I love him. He said, "I ain't seen nothing. I ain't know nothing."
You know, I feel like he'd be a good person to go out to brunch with.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. I feel like he doesn't. More of a show up with takeout to his house kind of guy, you know?
That's
Maybe
true.
that's
I
the kind of
feel
brunch
like
we're going for. You
Eh.
think he'd be good at a potluck?
no.
Yes. Wait, no, but I feel like he'd be great at potluck, and he's a wonderful baker.
You
Yeah.
think so? I feel
Oh
like I'm
yeah.
not eating anything that comes from his
See,
No,
you're
I feel like
judging a book by its cover.
I
That's
understand it's
true.
because he's kind of hard to look at, but I fully trust that he is hygienic and he is really good with an oven. Like I trust him
He just
intrinsically.
chooses to wear a potato sack, but they're clean
Okay.
potato sacks.
Yeah, and he's
He does
so
his
sweet.
laundry.
I'd do anything for Dempe. I really would. He does his
Okay,
laundry for real.
let me open my mind and heart a little bit, I think maybe I'm being a little too hard on him.
You are. He's the
Yeah.
nicest person. Like there's not a mean bone in that man's
He's never
body
done anything mean.
to anybody. He doesn't he's so punctual to work. Like, I've never seen somebody so dedicated to anything he does. I know he can bake like a mean pie or something.
And he takes
Yeah,
care of the graveyard, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's a selfless job.
that's
It's a
true.
thankless
A
job.
thankless
Yeah.
job even.
A very thankless job. He does it in rain, sleet, snow, or hail. He has to deal with that one big-headed kid making fun of him every day. Like
Mhm.
he's so stall children in his backyard every night. Like that man, what he needs is a Xanax, honestly. I've never seen
Bye-bye,
a
man.
more valid like excuse and reason for anxiety in my life. Like if I was him, I would have quit by now. No.
Yeah, I think we should all pour one out for Dompe because it seems like a lot to be going through that you're at your job that surely doesn't pay enough.
Oh, there's no way it pays enough. Have you seen his house? Please.
No, it's nothing to write home about. It's
At all.
pretty shack.
Yeah. And also the burlap sack.
Yeah.
It's pretty shack.
And there's no dental, as we can see. So
Not even a little bit of dental.
no
No.
benefits. So he needs a pay raise and a Xanax.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that is most of my questions for our interview portion. Oh, I do have one more. Clinkett, do you have any questions before we move on?
About what specifically?
Just in our interview portion for about Alex's history with Zelda or content. I have one more, but I want to open the floor for you.
How do you feel about Ocarina of Time?
Is this a loaded question? What do you mean? Like,
I mean, I'll tell you my opinion of Ocarina of Time. I think it
Jesus.
is the most vanilla. I mean, yeah, it was revolutionary, but it's just a vanilla milk.
Oh, is that what you?
Zelda
Okay,
game.
okay.
And
I was like,
Majora's Mask is the spice.
Okay.
That's the game with the spice.
I think Ocarina of Time is a game who always deserves its flowers. For how it's, a very good transition to 3D for the series, but also what it did for gaming as a whole with, a targeting system. I think it always deserves its respect and it's got its place in gaming history. However, I'm never gonna be like if somebody's like, I hate Ocarina of Time, like it's so boring going back and playing it now. I can be like, yeah, I can see that it kind of is. It's very straightforward. Collect MacGuffin, go here. Collect MacGuffin, go here. Like I get it. I 100% understand. But I respect the hell out of that game for what it did. And it's a game that I'll play like once a year on like a rainy day because it's a good brain space kind of game, but it's not one that I'm just like, if you're really into Zelda, it's gonna knock your socks off playing Ocarina of Time. Like it's not gonna do anything. Like it's 2025. It's not gonna do shit for you. You're gonna be like, this is mid. Because it is. But it wasn't mid then, But it's a 27, 29. It's old as hell. Let it rest.
I'm old as hell, like that means.
It's old as hell for games. Okay. It's like dog years. It's two different things. But like it's old. It's an old game. So of course it's not gonna be for new people coming into the series, it's not gonna be like the best thing ever. No, especially if they started with Breath of the Wild, you don't go back and play Ocarina of Time and think this is amazing. You don't. If I'm gonna say go back and play an old game and you're still gonna love it, I say play Twilight Princess, not Ocarina of Time. But that's just me. So I agree. I'm not mad at it. But if you say anything wrong about Majora's Mask, I'll cut you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't be speaking sideways.
You think that are you on the train that they're gonna maybe release a remake or something of Twilight Princess for Switch 2?
No,
With the
I don't think
anniversary
so.
year? You don't think so?
I don't think so. No, because Nintendo, and this is just me going off of patterns. I'm a very patterns person. Nintendo remakes things once and then they move on, and they have so many other games that they, I'm sure, want to get to in the series. There's if they're, I'm sure they'll do a remake of some game, but I doubt it's going to be one they've already remade. You know what I mean? Like they've got so many other they could be doing. They could be doing the Oracle the series. They could be doing a Minish Cap remake. They could be doing so many things. I just don't see them being like, well, before we redo all these others, let's redo this game a second time, you know, especially because Nintendo is currently, or they've always had low grade feud with Square Enix, and Square is redoing 7, and they've got the pixel remasters. There's no way that Nintendo's going to sit here and not remaster its older ones first before they remaster Ocarina of Time a second time. There's no way.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. I think for like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, we already saw with Wind Waker they made it emulatable, and I think they might do that with Twilight Princess as well, just so it's playable. I hope they do, because it's the one 3D Zelda game I haven't played at all.
Really?
Okay, well, I played it once. I rented it from Blockbuster. Yes, I'm old enough to remember Blockbuster.
Wait,
Sam, I still have my
card. Blockbuster closed before.
Blockbuster closed after the Wii games came out.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It was either Blockbuster or another video rental store, but I'm pretty sure it was Blockbuster, and we went and rented it, and I had to ask my mom, because I asked my dad, and my dad was like, "You don't want a game with princess in the name?" And I was like, "It's Zelda, Dad. It's cool. There's a wolf."
Yes, I do.
And then my mom was like, "Yeah, sure, we can." Sorry, someone in the chat has felt the need to first time chat. There is still one Blockbuster left in Oregon.
Triple dot, not again, please.
It's true. It's true though.
He brings it up a lot. Yes. I still have my Blockbuster membership card. I keep it. It's like a fossil.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yes, so I got the game, and then I played it, and I was young and I couldn't beat the like fishing mini game tutorial, and I never got past it.
The fish for the cat?
Yes, yeah.
Honey.
I couldn't beat it. I was to be fair, I was very young.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't think I beat my first Zelda game until I was like in my teens, because they scared the shit out of me. That's the problem, because I was playing the 3D ones first. I think
I was 30.
Okay, yeah, very valid. And I did it with people in the house. Like, they scared the crap out of me. Like, Majora's Mask is horrifying, and Ocarina of Time is horrifying.
Mortifying.
Like that. Actually, I think Ocarina of Time is scarier than Majora's Mask for me, because Majora's Mask is trying to be scary. Ocarina of Time isn't necessarily trying to be scary, because they're trying to be scary dungeon is the Shadow Temple. And like, yeah, okay, people died here, whatever, blood on the floor. But Wall Masters.
I hate Wall Masters.
I don't do Wall Masters.
Or Redeads.
Redeads are fine, actually. I can
hate Wall Masters
so bad.
I actually really love Gyptos because of Majora's Mask. Not because of the dancing part, but because of the leave it thing. Like, I think they're adorable for that. And I'll randomly, like, I was drunk. Okay. I was in college, and we had like DoorDashed. We had DoorDashed like a bunch of food, and the guy, and like we had put like leave it at the door, right? Like, don't knock and hand it to me. But he kept knocking on the door. So like through the door, I'm like, leave it! Leave the food! I am cooked. And nobody got the joke, and I was pissed off. That was the problem. Like, none of my friends understood what I was referring to. And I'm drunk, and I started crying because I was like, y'all aren't laughing. Like, you don't know what I did. Like, it was the whole thing. But I love Gyptos. And Redeads are only scary in Wind Waker, because why? Why is your head doing all of that? That's a lot of jaw movement for one thing. But yeah, I don't know how we got here, but yes, I didn't beat my first Zelda game until I was damn near 20. So.
No, that's good. I think the interview section can't get better. I think it's time to move into talking about your game of choice for the week. Congratulations, by the way, on being the victor of the race to pick Majora's Mask. We had I checked. It was 3 other people request to talk about Majora's Mask, and
We
you were
said
the one.
no.
You were the one who got to it first.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about here today.
One
Tell
thing
us a
about me
little
is
bit.
I'm timely. All right. I will
That's
answer.
that is true. You answer quick.
Damn it.
Um, so yeah, we've already talked about it some, but tell us a little bit just about wax poetic for a minute about Majora's Mask.
So Majora's Mask is my favorite game in the entire series. And Zelda's my favorite series. So it holds a very high place in my heart. And part of it, I know part of it's nostalgia. All of you youth can shut up about nostalgia. We're here about objectivity and why it's the best. The reason I love it so much is because there's a few reasons. First, I think Majora's Mask has some of the most unique everything, right? It's got some of the most unique music in the series, some of the most unique characters in the series, unique stories, unique side stories, and my favorite part, unique dungeons. Um, there are no dungeons that equate to any of the main 4 dungeons, and there are some dungeons that can be kind of similar, I think, to like the mini dungeons, but not as much, right? Like, I don't think there are very few dungeons outside of Majora's Mask that I really think have that high standard for me. My favorite dungeon in any Zelda game ever is Stone Tower Temple, and I think that weirds people out because they hate Stone Tower Temple, and to that I say seek therapy. Um, because it's so good and the music's really good and it's the flip floppy, but the room's flip floppy, but sometimes the dungeon flip floppy, and it has some of the most interesting like mini bosses. Because what the hell is Gomez? What is that? What is that? It's just bats with a face using bats. There is no exactly. Thank you. There's no other dungeon like Stone Tower Temple. There's no other dungeon like that. There's no other mini dungeon like Iconic Castle at all. Like, well, no, I mean maybe there is. I don't really remember. They take the whole dead people arguing thing from Twin Rova, but that's besides the point. The rest of the dungeon is entirely unique to me, and the entire thing doesn't get old because it's not just, oh, the fate of the world is in danger for the 80th time. It's you get to see how the fate of the world being in danger is affecting everybody. Like, people are mentally struggling through it, right? People are in hard denial. People in politics are arguing loudly. People are missing their wedding and having bad relationships, and crime has gone up. Like, everything is a mess and nothing bad has happened yet, outside of the few things that have already happened. And you don't get that in any of the Zelda games on such a hard scale. Like, Zelda's always going to show you, hey, the princess has been killed and or taken, and you need to save it. But only in Majora's Mask is it's like there is no princess, but shit's still going down, and you are in the midst of it, and it doesn't get old. The rest of them, I think, follow somewhat of a formula, not to the Pokemon level, but they do follow somewhat of a formula, and I think Majora's Mask just breaks that formula. So I think everybody should play it. And to the people who have time anxiety, I have it, and that's what the inverse Song of Time is for. So stop it. Play the game.
Yeah, I feel like when I think about Majora's Mask, I feel like Majora's Mask is the case where they came out with Ocarina of Time and they were so successful, and the overlords at Nintendo were happy, and the developers were it feels like they were given some creative freedom, and they were allowed to take more risks with this game, because
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time they were coming off the success of that, which maybe also was to an extent Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, but with the same sort of flexibility. Maybe not. It's now so big, and we're in a different time period that maybe they're still have their Nintendo overlords. But I felt like for Majora's Mask especially, it just felt like this was the story that creative people wanted to make,
Yeah.
and
I think,
fewer people
yeah.
saying no.
I feel like that's part of it, but I think part of it is just like knowing the lore of how we even got to Majora's Mask in the first place. Like, originally, after Ocarina of Time, the powers that be in Nintendo had told the developers, like, all right, now make this version of Ocarina of Time, which eventually became Master Quest. And they were like,
Mm.
we don't want to do that. Like that actually sounds like that sounds like a terrible time. I don't want to make that thing. And he's like, well, we need something out by X, Y, and Z. And they're like, we'll do anything but that. And they were like, well, you have a year to pull a game out of your ass. And they pulled Majora's Mask out of their ass which is why they have reused assets and everything. And they made it a direct sequel because that's the only way that you could have it in such a short amount of time. So on one hand, yes, they were pretty much given a lot of creative freedom because they were already, all of the assets are approved. There's a lot less pre-development that had to go into it. So they could just get into the fun and games of it. But I don't know what level of crack the writers had to be off of to pull such a
they stopped the drug
masterpiece.
tests.
No, literally.
Tests
Like, you know what? For the next year, do whatever you need to do.
For the next year, subsidize crack.
Whatever needs to happen to get it done. There's no way in hell everybody was sober 100% of the time in the development studio. There's just no way. But especially for the people who wrote that story, you had to be on drugs to pull that out. Like there's just no way. And so there was a little bit of pressure because they had that time, but there was so much creativity that came out of that. And I think it's a little bit different from Tears of the Kingdom. I think Tears of the Kingdom should have done or should have been what Majora's Mask was for Ocarina of Time. And I think the love of the game and the love of developing and the amount of ideas, they had that, but they didn't do with that what they did with Majora's Mask. And so I think, I don't know, it's just something about how they did it. And you can tell, I always like to say my favorite games are the ones where you can tell the developers had a good time making it. And I can tell the developers had a good time, stressful but good time making Majora's Mask.
Like I feel like I can tell that they like worked on certain animations or storylines, and then they leaned over to their buddy, no, look at this, look what I just cooked up, like you can tell they were excited about what they did. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about like I always am just reminded of how did they get away with some of the things they did in that game, like the themes, because it's so dark and so scary whenever you're putting the mask on for the first time and you hear or whenever you're putting the mask on for the first time after getting it off and you hear Link's like guttural scream as his little body turns back and shifts into a different being, it just like really leaves a lot to the imagination for whatever's actually
what did they
physically
rate
happening
that game?
there.
It was teen. No, it wasn't teen. No, it was there wasn't an E10 plus, so it was just E.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is E. Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason they skirted off of getting teen back then is because all the blood was blue instead of red.
That's all you need.
Yeah, but there wasn't an E10 plus yet, and teen was the only one up from that. The first one that got teen was Twilight Princess. But and that's because, you stabbed Ganon at the end and that man died. That was death. there was you can't even pretend.
Majora's Mask 3D was E10 plus. Okay.
Yeah. But I think original was I think original was just rated E. But I think they got away with a lot of the darkness because it's the 90s. Let's just be honest. The 90s was a different time. I think 90s was a relatively like politically peaceful time, so people could get away with a lot more.
That's true.
There wasn't as much going on in terms of war, in terms of cultural hate I'm sure it was always there, but it wasn't as prominent. And I think art and expression was allowed to thrive a lot more. Like, I'm very tempted to say, I don't know if they could have made Majora's Mask now. I don't know if they could have. Not because there's anything inherently offensive about Majora's Mask, because nothing about that game is even remotely offensive, but it's just so rough, to be coming out in 2025. But it's dark, but it's in an artful way. You know what I mean? It's not like death, burn, death, bodies all over the floor kind of thing. It's very much like implied in the dialogue that you have with people and in the things going on. So
I don't think it would hit as hard today either.
It probably wouldn't.
Because we're also desensitized, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah,
these
it's like,
days.
Yeah.
oh, the world is ending. Like, yeah, I know. What else?
No, literally.
What's new?
You're not special. Like, the moon's falling. It probably is. Okay. Like, who cares? Yeah.
Like,
no,
finally, someone's doing something about it, I guess. Whatever.
literally. Oh my God. 4 regions can come together and work to get something done. Oh my God.
Imagine.
Yeah. Imagine. Like, honestly, you have to just suspend disbelief. It's really what you have to do. It probably wouldn't hit as hard, but
Yeah.
I think there'd be, I imagine, right? Because again, I was not alive, or I was, but barely, when the game came out. If you've ever seen like the trailers for Majora's Mask, like original Majora's Mask, those are horrifying.
They are
They are
awful.
Wait, I
horrifying.
haven't. I'm gonna go
Oh,
watch them after
Zaki, they're
this.
horrifying. Like one of them, it has like the dinna, like the ding of the clock tower in the back,
Yeah.
and it
Ooh,
has
yeah.
like the music of like the final day playing, and like people are like riding home, and like the shadow of the moon's getting bigger, but it's like in real life, and so it's
Mhm.
like it's happening to people in real life. It is
Yeah,
terrifying.
it is
And
pretty terrifying.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think somebody would go to jail for making that commercial now. Like, you can't just do that now. You're
No.
going to prison for
I mean,
inciting fear.
even when we did a Zeldathon event, I think this might have been the first one before you started joining us, Alex. That was Majora's Mask theme. We had Daybreak, and
Mhm.
even for our Zeldathon event, like our that marathon trailer is the darkest thing that has like
God.
ever come out of Zeldathon. Like it was a different vibe. Like that. Yeah. No. It was
It's
Majora's
just,
Mask is cool.
it's a dark, it's a very dark game, but it's just so well done. And then you take into account that they only got a year to make it.
Yeah. Can you
You-
imagine that nowadays? Jesus.
You
I mean, I
get it.
can.
Yeah.
That's how you get a
No, you
Pokemon
can't.
game.
Yeah, that's how you get a Pokemon game. That's how you get day 1 patches.
Ooh.
That game came out complete in a year.
Yeah. Yep.
You wouldn't even have that now. Like, how
Yeah.
long was Tears of the Kingdom in production? 8 years? Something like that? A really long time?
Was it really?
Yes, like
It-
7 or something?
What did they do for 7 years?
Sit on their ass. I don't know.
It
But-
felt like a long time.
And so that's why for me, like, this is not the shit on Tears of the Kingdom show, obviously, but for me, when they're like, oh, well, it's gonna be a direct sequel to Ocarina or to the Breath of the Wild, I'm like, yeah, my standards for Zelda sequels are rather atrocious, to be honest with you. They're rather high. And so it didn't
Yeah.
hit for me the same. It just didn't.
I think it's an apt comparison. I think both games were, made in, well, different circumstances, but similar in many ways. And I think that Majora's Mask just came out different than Tears of the Kingdom did, in a
Mm.
way that it really took the same formula and made something completely new, whereas Tears of the Kingdom just feels like Breath of the Wild 2, if that makes sense. Extended.
It's just
And it also
Nintendo
kind of
version.
feels like, in my opinion, not to kick Tears of the Kingdom. I love that game. It's one of my favorites.
it's
But
fun.
it feels like it also like lost a little bit of what Breath of the Wild had, in my opinion, in terms of storytelling. Even though I think some of its beats are stronger
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think that you get fewer story moments where you're deeply invested. Whereas in Breath of the Wild, every time I found a new memory, I was like locked.
Oh, I was
in.
crying. I was crying in some of those. I was like, this is peak, like it got me. But no, I think the only Zelda game that's ever made me cry has actually been Majora's Mask. I think people always hear, oh,
Well, same.
it's the scariest Zelda game, it's the darkest one, and that's all they ever hear. But that
Mhm.
game is depressing. That is a
Mhm.
depressing game. And can anyone take a guess what part made me cry? Because it's not gonna surprise you.
I'm gonna let the chat have this one. I'm gonna let the chat have
Anyone
this.
take a guess in chat? What part of Majora's Mask made me cry?
Oh, Anju and Cafe?
Yeah. Specifically,
Yeah.
like right before you leave them to go back in time, and they're just sitting there holding each other's hands right before the moon crashes. Like it still hurts.
It's so it's just so it's such a sweet game in a messed up way
In a
too.
very
Like
messed up way.
it takes very sweet, tender moments and it really turns them against you at times, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's also kind of wholesome for me because like everything is hitting the fan. When you start Majora's Mask, things are already going to hell. but that you still meet so many nice people and kind people amongst that, like Romani is really sweet, and so is Cremia, even though they're dealing with the Gorman brothers being a piece of garbage. And like Dampé is the sweetest thing on earth. I don't think anything could stop that man from being nice. Nothing could. Not even death stopped him from being nice. Like, there's just nice people all over the place. And it's very much like a light in the darkness kind of thing. They just did
Right.
such a good job with telling the story without just feeding it to you, So, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
I feel like we've talked a lot about the story, which I could talk about for 100 years. But before we get into our last segment, I do think it's important to just also talk about just the gameplay and the mechanics as well. And I guess a good segue to me is kind of the idea that I don't know if a game has ever done a better job. I think I can firmly say a game has never done a better job at making me want to do a 100% playthrough, because I cannot stomach the thought of getting to the end
Me
having not fixed everything.
Me neither. The only thing I'm okay not doing is the fairies. I actually don't care about the great fairies. I'm like, y'all can stay broken up. It doesn't bother me that much. But if I get there and those two don't get married, if the postman isn't happy, if
Right.
everybody is, if old dude, that one guard, didn't get to see the Rosa sisters dance, like, I'll lose my mind. If Camaro doesn't get his last will and testament done, I'm not happy. I'm a failure.
Yeah.
But that's like an old game thing, right? Like, old games used to make you want to 100%. Like, they'd cook you alive if you didn't at the end of the game. They'd be like, well, you got 85%, and here's Cranky Kong with 100. You suck compared to an old monkey.
Right, like here's the baby ending you get. Like, go back and eat your nails for breakfast and tell us what you think.
Yeah, and we're also not going to tell you how to do it either.
No,
Read a book.
not at all. Go purchase a book paperback and read it.
Well, back then, Nintendo still had the hotline. They had a hotline you could call if you were truly stuck. You could actually call a hotline. They charged you like per minute, I think. Yeah. And you could call them and be like, hey, yo, I'm stuck at this thing. And one guy would like walk you through it.
Like, so
imagine having that job.
I know that job.
I would love that job. I should make a skit about that. Like, I would love that job. Like, Majora's Mask hotline. How may I help you? No. You need to go get the stone mask. No, you keep running into Nejiron. They're going to blow up every time. Well, I don't know what to tell you. They blow up. That's their whole thing. I'm gonna put you on hold. Like, I would do it. I would do it for minimum wage, just like as a side job.
Yeah. Tip wages only.
Literally, I work for commission. Like, it's fine. I don't care.
That's a good bit. We have to save that one. And I also one shot I want to give, best water mechanics of its time too.
The swimming? Oh,
yeah.
It's so smooth.
It just feels so much better than any other. All other swimming, I feel like in the N64 era felt terrible.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time swimming pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't know anybody who swims sideways like that.
Yeah.
It was just very go here, dive down for 8 seconds. Like, I understand a child has child lungs, but I could hold my breath for 30 seconds as a kid, and I had asthma. So just saying, I didn't need no damn fish scale to do that. But yeah, Majora's Mask, like, as Zora Link, smooth as butter. I used to just love doing it by itself. Ugh, it's the beaver races are fun because of that. Like, they're a lot of fun. Am I playing Majora's Mask after this?
I think you are.
You might have done. That is what this show does to me too. Every time I get off and I have to go play Zelda.
The Wii with it on there is yeah. Wrap this up. I got it.
Hey, I got something to do after this.
Beavers. What did I say? Otters? Yeah, beavers. Jeez. Otters.
You said beavers.
Did I say beavers? Okay.
You
good.
did.
Those might be some of my favorite NPCs, by the way, because why do they look like that?
I mean, listen, they can look however they want, I guess. You know
Yuck.
what? And I think we'd be remiss not to mention Majora's Mask 3D. Man, that sucked.
Yeah,
Anyways.
okay, I was about to say, do we need to mention
No, no,
3D?
no. That sucked. We can move on.
You like giant eyeballs?
No.
You like
Oh,
that? Wait,
I'm
one more
supposed.
thing about Majora's Mask that I really love. I have a deep-seated adoration for Odola, just in general. I
Yes.
There's never in my life have I had more of a physical and vocal stem than with Odola. It
Oh
comes and goes.
no.
I'm like, oh my god, I sing his little chants. One time I just stood around and see how many different dances he's had, and I've just this year saw some dances I'd never seen him do
Wait,
before.
really?
Yes, I didn't know some of the dances he did. Like he's got like 8 or 9 of them, but I kill him so fast I don't know. like
Uh,
obviously like he's got the little like my favorite is just him kind of shaking, and he'll hit like the little does he hit the no, that's I'm thinking of somebody else. Majora hits the little Russian dance, but a lot of people dance in this game, come to think of it. But he's got one where he's like turning in a circle and going up and down, and he's got one where he's like he does a bunch of moves. So this is for everybody. Next time you go fight Odola, just let him work. Let him cook for a second. He's been waiting his whole life for an audience, apparently.
yeah. That is interesting. I haven't thought about it, but there is like a lot more dancing in this game than there are most other Zelda
Majora
games.
dances too. He's
Like there's dancing in most of the Zelda games in one way or another, but it's like Majora, the guy, the weird guy, the 2 twins.
everybody's dancing. Like, what
Everybody's
other
dancing.
game do you know has the final boss doing the moonwalk?
Absolutely, just
Quickly.
embarrassing you with his tendrils.
Now I'm really curious to like do like a mythology analysis on like things that influenced the character design in Majora's Mask because I feel like there's probably something in there and there's a reason why these
There's
characters are
gotta be because
there's
there's
gotta be,
so
yeah.
much. There's so much,
Yeah.
and now I need to know if the giants dance. They're nothing
Because
but
there's like a
leg.
lot of I
Don't
mean,
they?
I'm not a
Don't they
super
like?
big expert on like Japanese culture and stuff, but there's a lot of like history with like masks and like things,
Yeah,
and stuff like
tons.
that. And I imagine there are some ties that are reflected in the game design, but I would have to do a project on that, and I'm not in college where I would need to write a project, so that's probably never gonna happen.
You're so real for that because I've done it before. I'm like, that would make a great paper that
Yeah,
I'm not obligated to write. So
yeah, I have no reason to do a paper right
Be
now.
an awesome paper, but unfortunately, I'd rather scroll. So
literally, that would make a great thesis that I don't have to do. So
But someone else should do it.
someone
yeah,
else should totally do it. Should
someone who
totally do it.
needs something to write about, take that and run with
Yeah,
it.
I got you. Go get your master's now and use it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Majora's Mask, 10 out of 10, but we could make it an 11 out of 10. And I think it's time we talk about what we could do better in our final segment, Remaster Quest. So, I want to kick us off with an idea I have. Here's
Okay.
my idea.
Okay.
My idea is here. Okay, here it is. Ready? I think that we should not be allowing the crutch of slowing down time. I think I want everyone to be more stressed. I
And
think we
just
need to
don't use
commit
it.
harder to the bit. I think we need to remove it.
She said, so don't.
No, it's not about me. Listen, I don't use it. Trust. You'll see when I one day do my Zelda-thon not touching the time slowdown run. It's gonna happen. Everyone knows that. But
Mhm.
but I think we need to remove it. I think we need to remove it all the way. I think everyone, right, like they're saying in the chat, everyone needs to get good. I think we're really, what's the word, jeopardizing the integrity of how scary this game is.
Is it gonna come with anxiety medication?
Xanax in the box.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, complimentary Zanny for everyone, but only one. You have to choose when to use it wisely.
I have a couple. My first one that I can think of is that you should never have a digital version of the clock anywhere in the game because the youth can't read analog. Make it harder. Take the numbers off the clock, actually. Just the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9. That's it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is scary.
We aren't holding hands here, people. This game isn't for anybody. You want to play this game? Like, when my nephew, he's 9 now, but when he was younger, he was playing Donkey Kong and he couldn't get past some level. Minecart Madness, actually. And I was like, well, go ask Cranky for an idea of what to do. And he's like, well, I can't read what he's saying. And I was like, I guess you need to learn how to read then. So he was like 5, you know? I'm like, guess it's time to become literate, buddy. And he did. And he beat Donkey Kong. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So if it's I can't read the clock, I guess you should learn. It's crazy.
Someone said make the clock say things like a quarter to 3.
A quarter to 3.
That is terrible.
1/3 of a fortnight to the final day. That's terrifying behavior.
I think you just get rid of all numbers and instead you implement Animal Crossing different song for each hour.
They get worse the closer you get to midnight. Oh my god.
They kind of already have that, so we're just removing the numbers, you know?
That's kind of horrifying because some of those Animal Crossing songs are already dreary as hell.
5 p.m.'s a banger, though.
5 p.m. is a banger, but 3 a.m. not so much.
That's a little weird. That one
so much.
Sounds like something I'd hear in Majora's.
Exactly that. I think another one that I had is you know actually genuinely it would make this game even better. And this is not even me like hee ha haing. I want the chance to kill Seikon. And not just in the mess. I'm talking like at the end of the sequence for Anju and Kafei's side quest. Now, I don't just leave with the mask. I get to kill him. I want to kill that bald-headed freak. I hate him. He's so killable, you know? Like,
he doesn't provide anything to the world that's meaningful.
The only thing he does provide something to my life because me and my brother will chase each other around on holidays running like he does. We absolutely do just kind of throw our arms back. It's hideous and I would not suggest doing it where the cameras can see. But outside of that, I deserve either I need to kill him or Tattle needs to get her revenge because she hates him anyway. But he should die. I think he should die.
He has a certain bald running quality that really brings out the terror in my heart. So here's the thing.
Sorry, and who the hell smiles like that all the time? Fix your face.
So how are you planning on killing him? Do you want to raise the ESRB rating, or are you gonna work around?
It needs to be a teen moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can all agree that Majora's Mask, if we are remastering Majora's Mask, right? Like, that's what we're doing. Like, it's going to get a T rating at least.
Oh, it absolutely will.
Yeah.
It absolutely will. I think we should bring back, we shouldn't bring back because this is before that. We should add in hidden skills. I should be able to helm split anything I want.
You think so?
I do.
Adding helm splitting and okay, so we're adding helm splitting. We're taking out slow time and we're adding helm splitting. This sounds like we're really just like cranking up the terror.
Yeah, let's make it worse. Yeah.
No, honestly, I think you just have to go all out. Why not make it creepier? Why not make it more violent? If we're going to teen anyway, like
everywhere you look, there's already nothing but a mess. I might as well just go for gold, you know? Suddenly I want the aliens I want them on some alien isolation timing. Like, no longer is it just them going in set paths towards the barn. Like, I want them hiding and trying to kill me kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like, a lot of parents don't pay attention to ESRB rating anyway. So they're still kids are still going to play it even if it's rated teen. They might pay attention to mature, but teen versus E versus E-temp, like they're still going to buy it for their kid.
Who cares?
So just make it really scary. Like,
yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
It's already scary. Like I honestly don't. Yeah, you can make it scarier, but it's already so scary as a child that I don't really feel like. I feel like we've already crossed that threshold where you might as well just put it all in there.
Mm-hmm. No, I genuinely agree. I think you should be allowed to do something with the remains
Yeah.
from the bosses, right?
Yeah.
So, like with goats remains, I would like to scare children. You know what I mean? Like I think you could scare the crap out of the bombers with goats remains. Just like you don't even like once you have goats remains, you don't have to redo finding them or like if you lost your password, you just walk up to that kid in yellow and scare the bejesus out of him and he runs away because he's afraid of goats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like twin molds mask scares a couple of women away from something because they're afraid of bugs. Like there's so many ways we could use that. Like I never get to wear it, you know? Next
Yeah.
time you use the damn thing, they're shooting at you. So I want to wear them. They probably stink, actually.
They probably
remains.
smell really, really bad.
I'm pretty sure Odola's is just sweaty.
Oh.
I would assume they smell quite terrible.
Rather foul.
I think Psycon has actually hacked the mainframe and is punishing me for our threats against him. So that's a little scary.
Yeah, he seems to hate you.
I think how do we feel about the amount of masks in the game? Too many masks? Not enough masks? Do we want more masks? More masks. More masks, same amount of days?
Yeah. You can fit a few more in there. Just keep resetting. What's the problem?
Yeah, no, you could just reset.
Yeah.
I know we already talked about this, but I feel like kind of we already talked about horse racing and horse race girls in Wind Waker. But I feel like we could do something with the dog race and make it a little bit better.
Stop. Wait.
Are we gonna do it?
Could you imagine? Wait a minute. So like you know how in Skyward Sword, like throughout the game, you know, as time progresses through the game, you develop your relationship with Beatrice. What if like every so often you come back and you race and your relationship with the doggy race lady, she gets progressively more angry at you? Like she truly hates your fucking guts. Like she cannot stand you and she keeps raising bigger and more ridiculous dogs. And so by the end you're just racing a white wolfos and you have to like jump out of the stands to like defend your dog from the white wolfos. Like it's a whole thing. Like that could be such a vibe. And then at the end, it's like the woman turns into a Poe and you have to kill her. You know what I mean? Like she's pure hatred. Like that would go hard. I would do that.
I also think like you should just be able to ride the horse, like or ride the dog as your mount. That you like the ultimate one after you've like raised the larger, bigger ones better. You don't need a horse anymore. You just have your dog.
And that's why the dog in Clocktown hates you because he sees your intent. He knows what you're about. He doesn't like it. That's the problem. He's like, no.
Catch a ride.
I think we should add in the ability to auction off the real estate land title deeds. To be able to do that. To the absolute chagrin of the business scrub. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he likes that you did that. You should also be able to give him a counterfeit Moon's Tier.
I agree. I think there should be more scamming.
Yeah.
There's so many opportunities to scam people. Counterfeit rupees to the banker.
Yeah.
I just feel like if the world were ending, there'd be more scamming. You know?
Yeah, it's a little unrealistic.
You get to like the end of the game and you didn't do Camaro's dance for the Rosa sisters. You did like a really bad Odol one instead. And then they get like laughed at on stage. Like that could be, you know, like you could get
alternate
up there.
Endings. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love alternate endings. The Indogogos are garbage. They'd be terrible.
You can build a new band.
You're like,
Literally.
These people suck. I'm making a new band.
You
I
tell
mean,
Lulu.
Rival band.
Exactly.
if you add alternate endings, you have to add the one where Link's just like, well, I gotta go, y'all. Like, I don't know. Seems like the moon is just like roughly terminus sized, and I got a princess, so I gotta.
Literally, you spend 3 whole days just picking through the lost woods to get back to where you came from instead of even dealing with town at all. You're like, well, this is rough.
Well, I'm a person again. I have my ocarina, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go.
But then your final boss it's a whole other thing. Your final boss before you make it out of the lost woods is the happy mask salesman because you broke your deal. And he's horrifying.
Breaking the contract. Yep.
Exactly. You know
Ooh,
what I
and he
mean?
puts on different masks and has different forms.
Yes. And then he does like a Radon thing out of Elden Ring where he has like the little grip thing, but instead of like he hugs you, he just shakes the crap out of you.
Yeah, and as your hearts go down, it heals him every time he shakes you, just one at a time, just shaking him
And
right out of you.
the longer the fight goes on and the more damage he takes, the bigger his smile gets on some Coloctos type shit.
Oh, that is so scary. His smile is already
I've got
too
goosebumps.
big.
Right? Because isn't that awful? Like
Yeah.
the same way, because Coloctos scares the crap out of me. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, the boss of the Ancient Cistern and Skyward Sword, he's like laughing at the end before he dies. Like I'm talking slasher smile for Mans by the end. And then he just like explodes in the darkness. Like, how am I okay? When's therapy for me? I feel like I've lost the plot and I might need
Speaking
to see a
of,
professional.
right.
Tomorrow. Okay.
And I think and I'm happy about that. I also think, speaking of therapy, I think we should be able to do a quest where we set up like a kind of intervention for Skull Kid, you know? I think we need to set up, we find a therapist that takes his insurance, and we have it all ready to go as soon as we get the mask off the face. I think that's something I would like. We could just have that ready to go.
Do you
Because
think he'd be
otherwise,
receptive though? If you do like a third day Skull Kid, I feel like first day Skull Kid when he's still smacking his butt in your face, I feel like he's still got enough there to listen to a therapist. You know what I mean?
sorry, I say therapy. I mean, an
intervention. Okay, I'm with you.
an intervention, like we grab him by the wrists and they don't let him leave until he's better.
We're going to flog you until you repent.
The Xanax that comes with the game, yeah, that's not for you. That's for Skull Kid.
Good Lord. Each Xanax pill has a code on the back, and that's what you have to put in, to get the therapist to come meet you in the field.
You get therapy ending, actually, yeah.
You know what I want? I want lore on old dude out in the field. I want lore on the guy who's trying to climb the tree for that red rupee. The one you knock out the tree and he like slams his knee. I feel, of anybody I've ever victimized in the Zelda game, I feel the worst for him because as a 28-year-old, I'm nearing 30, my legs are very crunchy, and he hits the ground kind of hard. Like it's the same sound as the Megaton hammer hitting the ground. It's not, he's not good. Like,
and I'm reaching for red rupees.
What does he
too.
land on? How does he land?
I think sorry, I can see it in my head. I think he lands on his ankle, actually.
Oh.
So he kind of like bang, and then he grips it and falls over, and he starts swinging around.
that ankle didn't make it through.
So how are we solving this for him?
I didn't say solve it. I just want lore. Like, does he get back okay? Is he good? Because he's not there after that. Did he die out here?
Did he have an ankle-related terminal?
He probably has a cast somewhere, like in a
God.
splint.
Did he escape Clocktown before?
Probably.
No, probably not.
Did the bomb choose get him at night? Like, he wasn't that far. So
yeah, did he even have like anyone who would come look for him?
Well, so that's the thing, because there's another guy who's like waving his arms. Like he's up on one of those towers by Iconic. Like, does he know him?
I don't know.
Was it a setup?
Are they lovers?
I don't know.
Are they brothers, lovers, or worse?
They might be roommates, honestly, because like the way I just feel so bad for him. Like, it's always my fault,
Oh,
and I always need the money, so I'm always gonna do it. But then he hits the ground, I'm like,
and he's trying to make
I
rent. He needs that rupee.
Mm-hmm.
because he's a solid 2 yards off the ground, which isn't that high, but when you the way he landed on that ankle, he put
Oh,
all his weight on that ankle. So
Mm.
I don't think he's good, y'all. But like he should show up in the end in the credit scene. Like, is he in a cast? Is
he's in
he
the cast. He's like pulling his leg, like as
he Link gets served a subpoena and he leaves it in the Lost Woods.
okay, but genuinely, that'd be such a funny way to end the game. Like the day is saved and Link gets served a subpoena for like a very random crime he committed against someone.
Because there's a lot of crimes you've committed. Think about how many crimes you broke into the palace under false pretenses at the Deku Palace. You need
That's
to pay
true.
for that. Like,
You know, it's
that's
kind of
already a
true.
felony.
Like they're like, what do you think the aftermath really was?
You know, you go to like the graveyard to mourn your dead and you find this kid dug up all your relatives.
Yeah.
All those graves are open.
Right. Right. We don't put them back. That's the thing that always bothered me is why don't we put the graves back?
Because it's not like Ocarina of Time where you just slide them. In Majora's Mask, you have those stall children tear them up like they're destroyed. Like, do you know how
You can't
expensive
just
a
put them
headstone
back.
is? You can't. Do you have any idea how expensive a headstone is? Like, you've ruined lives. You've ruined lives. You really have. Do the carpenters ever get done building?
You know, I don't know because like they were just
Depends on-
building for the festival.
That's true.
And the festival by the end of the game would have come and went, but I guess did they reschedule the festival? That's another question. You know, everyone kind of already bought their stock
That's
for
true.
their booths, I'm sure.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They probably should have ran their festival anyways.
I mean, it seems like they did at the end once you save everybody. So, you know.
That's true. So hopefully, I mean, so they probably finished what they were working on.
Was Tingle invited to that wedding or did he just show up?
Just showed up.
Tingle
Absolutely.
absolutely just showed up.
Because I've always thought that. Like, I don't think any of these people know him. I think he's just
No.
here throwing confetti from God knows where.
And why does he look like that?
Does his father ever get a hold of him?
Everyone looks so different to
He
what
does.
Tingle looks like.
Tingle, because he's a 35-year-old man in a fairy costume. He doesn't take care of himself.
Oh, are you?
Does he ever come to his
35-year-old
senses?
Like,
What if he's like an alternate hero who is also like brought here, and or
What
like,
if-
you know, like
Oh my god. No, that makes sense. Because what if he's like Termina's like Ravio?
oh,
Ravio was too scared and Tingle's too preoccupied with literally anything else. His poor dad.
yeah, Tingle's just trying to make a buck and some friends. He's just trying to get some free wedding catering.
I mean, he's a pretty talented cartographer. He has a future there.
did he actually make
That's
the maps
true.
himself?
Yeah, because he's like
I
up
think
there
so.
drawing them whenever
But-
you shoot him down.
But is he really drawing?
Do you
What if
wanna
that's a
find out?
scam? What if Tingle's a scam?
What if the maps isn't what it, do you want to find out what he's actually drawing up there?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No.
I don't. No, I
The
don't.
35-year-old man in the onesie, is that what you want to see?
I don't. No, I'm good actually.
Yeah,
Personally,
I think we're good on that. And you know, oh my god, it just occurred to me.
what?
Link the Goron. Does he like contract old and pneumonia because we left him outside of the hotel?
I don't think he's. I don't think
Probably.
he's gonna make it.
I don't think so. No.
He was so nice, I think.
I have to go back and reread all.
Link the Goron is the one you take. He always has the same name as you, and you
Right.
take his room in the stock pot in on the first night so you can
Right.
meet Anju so she can give you the first part of her quest.
Right.
So he
right.
has to sleep outside because his reservation's already been taken.
Oh,
So if
Yeah.
like then when you like leave the stock pot in, you can hear him loudly snoring like right under the little awning.
I know what you're talking about now. No, I don't think he makes it.
Because you never see him after that again.
I think he's
No.
victimized by your heroic. What's the word? Your heroic.
Tingle?
What?
My heroic tingle?
What about our heroic tingle?
I have one.
I lost my heroic tingle a long time ago. I don't know.
Once puberty was over, it was gone. I fear
It just went. Yeah.
It just went with the wind, buddy. Yeah. I
think
Go ahead.
we should give arms to those big guys. To the big guys. I don't remember what they're called.
What big guys? The Giants?
The Giants.
They have arms.
They have arms. They're just small. I know what you're talking about now. No, you know what? I think they should be jacked. I think
How much more jacked do you need to be? They're holding the moon back.
Yeah, but I don't believe it. It's not realistic.
Oh, you want them like
let me look them up.
Because they're just like they're a head and some legs and some arms.
Yeah.
I just remember their arms being super small.
I just want to know who does their trim.
They just don't have a torso.
Yeah, they don't have a torso.
True.
It's just
they don't have. They're no torso. That's fine.
Those legs go all the way up.
They are mostly. They're like 85% leg, but they don't skip leg day.
They do skip torso day though, because why would they go to torso day? What is there for them to do?
Ab day is just like a waste of time for them, honestly.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's so weird. And also, how come the Skull Kid know these guys?
I don't know.
You know what I really want in this game to make it just an absolute 90 out of 10 for me? Comeuppance for that kid. I understand that you felt slighted by your friends because they had to go to work. So you tried to kill everybody. And I understand that the entire point is that we teach forgiveness to kids, but I'm a grown-ass woman. I would like to run a fade. I need to beat his ass in the field. Like,
right, you don't.
There he is. Like, that's what I wanted to see at the end of the game. There he is. Get him, and he has to take across because everybody's trying to kill him. Like,
no restorative justice.
None.
Also, who raised him?
Right. Where are the parents? Here, the forest.
I don't know. Like, where
are we gonna go yell at the trees?
No, I kind of respect the Lorax.
So what is our sentence for the Skull Kid? Is it just beating you? Is it just meeting you out back? You, Alex Norimaki, we're putting you in the game to take him down a few pegs, or what? Or you want Link to handle him? What is Skull Kid's comeuppance?
Public jumping.
Public jumping.
Everybody gets a lick in. Everybody.
Every single body.
Everybody who wants
even Link the Goron.
I want to see the old man in the astronomy lab. I want him to roll up and swing. Like, I want everybody to get a lick in. Truly.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves one.
That's true.
And then he goes to the stockade.
Wow. Well, so the public beat down into indentured servitude is what you're saying.
Yeah, because at the end of all of this, he has a nerve to be like, sorry, I guess we're friends now. I am never speaking to you again.
Yeah, hell no.
Like, you're lucky.
I need to set some boundaries after this game. I'm setting some boundaries. We are not
friends. We are not friends. You've traumatized
years of
fairies.
Therapy.
You've traumatized the great fairies. You kidnapped a princess. Okay, you smacked your butt into the lens of the telescope. You turned a man into a child, so now his marriage is kind of iffy. Like, everything's wrong. You wouldn't let the dead rest. That's got to be a felony by itself. You wouldn't let the dead rest. They're dead.
Yeah, just definitely destruction of public property.
So much. No.
Yeah.
Public nuisance, criminal mischief, loitering. I'm sure.
Well, I was gonna say loitering.
Yeah. I'm sure.
We need one of those. We need one of those like high pitched things that you play outside of stores to keep the kids away.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tagged some of the buildings. Like, kid was sick. There's absolutely not. None of this. Well, now that the mask is off of him, he's fine. No. Oh, Alex, the mask made him do everything. He robbed that guy before he had the mask.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping that Link and I'm hoping hoping that Lincoln Skull Kid don't get the same placement for their service hours. Because Link's gonna have some stuff that he needs to pay for.
Honestly, I don't know. I think he should get time served because he did kind of save everybody, you know.
That is
Yeah.
true, and I think that makes up for most of it. Maybe all he needs to do is like babysit someone's kid for like a week.
He
and then-
has
Or
like
like
he has to
a-
do like a few hours of community service or something.
Yeah, you like pick up some trash after the festival
Yeah.
and like a public apology, and then he's good
Replant
to go.
some
Right.
flowers. Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? Nothing ridiculous, but the Skull Kid is going to be an object of the system for the rest of his life.
Yes.
And that's just it.
an object of the system.
Oh my god, you know he was jaywalking.
Oh, I don't even think he's walking. I think he's flying.
Jay floating.
Jay flying
A
wherever
lock
he
that's
wanted.
sick. You know what? No, it never sat right with me that it's just like the end and there's a drawing of him holding Link's hand. Don't fucking touch me. You did so many unforgivable crimes. I don't know who he's killed, but he's killed somebody. Did he kill anybody?
No, I don't know if there'd be
killed-
first degree charges. Would there be first degree?
I think it'd be like second degree because like he didn't-
manslaughter, maybe.
manslaughter, collusion type thing. Like he
Yeah.
didn't directly kill Mikau and he didn't directly kill Darmani, but he was the reason.
Yeah.
I can make a case in court.
Okay, we will have you serve as the prosecution,
Yeah, I can absolutely make a case in court.
and he will be assigned a defense lawyer.
Yo, can we put that in the game? In our
Objection!
the courtroom.
That would be amazing.
Court
actually.
drama or sequel, court drama visual novel.
I'm just going to be honest with you, like a little spin-off court game where all of these evil people in the games get their comeuppance. Like, how amazing would that be?
That'd be great.
That
I
could
would love
genuinely
that.
be like a really funny and quirky, like non-canon game.
I'd love that.
Like if they did that for all of the Zelda villains in one game, I think
Yeah.
that could be so funny.
It'd have to be non-canon because Zant is dead, but he's gotta stand trial.
Dude, I can't wait to stand trial against Vati.
Oh,
Little
he's
prick.
he got fuck him. He got away with so much. He
I
got
know.
away with so much.
Little monster,
Everybody.
dude.
Everybody, literally, like it's gonna be like Judge Judy, but worse.
I want to see what Yurahim wears to the courtroom. I want to see
He shows up in a Prada suit,
red bottom heels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He got that really nice leather, like a Birkin suitcase, like a briefcase type thing. He represents himself. He's like, Your Honor, it could not have been me. I was
Well-
serving at the time.
No one talks about it, but court is a great place to wear red bottoms because they're really uncomfortable. But like court, you're sitting most of
sitting.
the time.
Yeah, you wear
So-
red bottoms to dinner. You don't go to the club in red bottoms ever.
I like that this is where we've ended up.
Yeah.
Well, this has been really fun. I want to give our viewers one more chance. Live viewers, you can submit any final questions or your own hot takes. And I will see if there's any more of those at the end of the show. But Alex, this has been fun. I think
This
we've made
has been fun.
we've sure made a game.
Yes.
We have one more question that we've been asking every guest.
Wait, before you
and-
hit that question, because I have one more thing. The
Yes.
mayor needs to be fired.
Mm.
Yeah, we need to
Can
take
they just
him
have an
down.
election?
They should really just have an election. That mayor is worthless.
Who would be a better mayor?
The postman.
Mhm.
Really, probably.
The postman. The postman would, or the
I
banker.
agree.
Either
The
of them.
postman should be the mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see how happy he was when he got to stop running?
But
He's
then
so
who's going to
happy.
be the postman? Hmm.
You make the
Oh.
Skull Kid be the post.
Oh, I have really bad news. I think the most qualified person to be the postman, I think it's Saikon.
Absolutely not. So he can steal my Amazon packages?
Amazon.
Didn't I say I was killing him? He's never seen the justice system.
No, I feel like the Skull Kid could go through like a rehabilitation program to become the next postman.
Okay, that's
With
the
a lot
goal.
of
I
lot of
guess.
work and
After
therapy.
a few years.
I don't know. I don't think I think he's beyond reproach, but you're a better
Maybe.
person than me.
Maybe.
Again, I'm killing him.
Okay, we'll just find like a random. we'll just find like a random NPC and they can be the postman.
You know what? Retrain the trading post guy's bird, the Takuri bird. Just
Yeah.
retrain it to not steal things, but to drop things off. That is
Okay.
an ugly bird.
Yeah.
Something I don't often think, actually. I'm not often being like, wow, that bird is really not a looker.
Wait, really?
Hideous.
There's a lot of ugly birds out
There's
there.
a lot of ugly birds out there.
I guess I'm just like not thinking about it that much. But maybe now
Oh.
I will. Maybe now I'm gonna see the beauty of nature. I'm gonna see a birdland. I'm gonna be like, damn.
That's an
Oh
ugly
yeah.
bird.
You ever seen an ugly chicken? It's not good. It's
It's
not.
Mm.
It's gonna flutter into view, and I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, you're literally just like, ooh. Early bird
something,
does not get the worm. Go back to bed, buddy. You.
something stinks over here. But okay, well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. The mayor fired. But I'm excited to ask you this question because I think that you will really give it what it deserves.
Okay.
If Majora's Mask got Muppet movied, who would you keep normal? Do you know what it means to get Muppet movied?
Yes, only one person is normal and everybody else is Muppets.
You're the first person that I haven't had to explain it to.
Really?
And I knew you would know.
We had a whole we had a whole conversation about me and my friends about the Martian being Muppeted, and the only person who's normal is Matt Damon. So when he finally makes contact, they're all Muppets.
Right.
Oh my
So
God.
but it's Majora's Mask. So
Okay.
who are we keeping in there? And because they're not all human, of course,
Uh-huh.
it can be any character we're keeping in their regular form. Everything else is now a Muppet. But the only stipulation is those big guys, they have to be Muppets. That's
They have to be
incredible.
Muppets. No, I understand. This is so messed up, but I have my I didn't think first answer. I was like, how funny would it be if the only person who was still themselves was the Deku Butler? And then I remembered that he's seen enough, I think. And can you imagine? One of my other favorite things about this game is the Deku King's nice little dance when he's trying to kill the monkey, and so he's just throwing it around to like imagine that being a Muppet, and the Deku Butler's just
Just gotta get paid.
just gotta get really good health insurance. Really good health insurance.
No premiums on dental.
Okay. Neither of Twinrova, they have to be Muppets. Both
That's true.
Kawumi and Katake have to be Muppets. Egos Duaikana and his two soldiers have to be Muppets. Flat and Sharp have to be Muppets. The Gibdos have to be Muppets. Seikon has to be a Muppet.
Oh, Seikon's already a Muppet.
He really
That looks like a Muppet, like straight up.
You know what? The only human, because I think this is a perfect just karma for her, the only human in the entire game is Avail, the leader of the Gerudo Pirates. She's the only human. But she leads Gerudo Muppets. She's rather smooth-brained anyway.
That would piss her off so bad.
She'd hate it so much. I would love that for her.
And she doesn't meet the beauty standards because now all of the beauty standards are Muppet based.
Yeah. Now she's ugly. Like, I think it would work so well.
They call her like fleshy or something. Like, what? You're not felt? Disgusting.
The freaking Unagi in like the little eel pit, they're all Muppets too. Everybody's a Muppet. The lights are Muppets.
I really want one of these quirky Zelda remakes where everyone is a puppet. I feel like we've seen like Paper Mario, we've seen Yarn Kirby. I want Puppet Zelda. I'm okay with like
we have Puppet Zelda in like half the games.
No, I want like the whole game. I want a remake and everyone's a puppet now.
What if the only human is Grog?
I don't even remember who Grog is.
Grog's the depressed guy with the mohawk who has the chickens he's
Oh,
sad will never grow
yes,
up.
yes. Oh, I think that's my answer. I think Grog has to be the only.
He's just
Oh,
so
not the
sorry. I
chicken
keep choosing the
man.
people I feel the worst for.
Good. Well, I think we've heard enough. Actually, you do have to pick a final answer. What's your final answer? What are you sitting with?
What were the three ones I said? I said Deku, Butler, Grog, and
The Gerudo pirate
Gerudo.
leader.
the Gerudo pirate. We're going with a veil. A veil for
Veil.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
she deserves that
yeah.
and worse, actually.
Well, so it is written, so it shall be done. We
Mhm.
will make sure our guys in the dev room make sure that happens when they
Thank
make
you.
the Muppet movie adaptation.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And Grog is actually going to be played by Miss Piggy. So
No, Grog's gonna be played by Chris Hemsworth.
okay. Chris Hemsworth Grog. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Alex,
Just Chris Hemsworth.
It's just Chris Hemsworth with a mohawk. That's it.
I would also
no
not
shirt.
mind like Adam Driver.
Adam
Yeah.
Driver would make an amazing Grog.
But, like,
Adam Driver is perfect.
he'd have to really commit. He'd have to look like he did in Girls, not like he did in
Yes.
Star Wars. Like, he'd have to be kind of emaciated.
Yes, like he has to look rough. You hear me? And he just stays over. I need bags under the eyes, a vacant stare. Oh my God, there's nobody more better than Adam Driver for this. That's perfect.
That's true. Okay, well, we'll get our guys on that. But before I bring us out here, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. We always love working with you. It's very fun. Do you have anything coming up you want to talk about, or just shout yourself out?
Number one, I love y'all. I always love doing stuff with y'all. Y'all are amazing. Proud of you every day. Also, well, I announced one thing today, and the other thing is announced tomorrow. What I'll say is, Instagram gave me the ability to have Instagram subscribers now, and I'm really,
Whoa.
I feel fancy.
Oh, baby.
If anybody cares for extra content from yours truly, Mayor Crackhead, you can do that. They're trying to be like $15 a month. I was like, in this economy, $4.99. You're out of your mind. So that's pretty cool. I'm just really proud of that. But what I will say is just tune into my socials tomorrow because there's like a bigger announcement tomorrow. But I can't release it yet because I haven't finished the trailer. I have to finish that tonight.
That's
Ooh.
so exciting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will definitely be tuned in. Tune into Alex's socials tomorrow. And yeah, thank you once again, everyone who's here. Be sure to tune into our next marathon, Cellathon Mythos, December 27th through January 1st. And
Woo!
yeah, everyone have a wonderful week. Thank you so much and goodbye.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.